sing and hold on to it, dear, and I'll see you in your dreams, and I'll see you in your dreams.
Hello again. We're here in wonderful Bellwoods Park again, oddly enough, in October, mid-October.
On a gorgeous day.
On a gorgeous day. And I'm with Stefi Crawford. And we're going to talk about dreams of our deceased loved ones today. First off, Stefi, I know you've had some beautiful experiences with your father who passed
16 years ago today, to be.
Oh wow, that's
to the exact
beautiful.
day.
That's really lovely. Wow, that's amazing. You chose this day. I did not know that till we started today, and that's quite a gift for you to honor your father in this way. What and dreams for you experience? Have you always had an interest in dreams since you grew up?
I didn't experience these sort of visitation lucid dreams until he passed, and my first one was probably about a week after he passed.
Yeah.
And it was very realistic, very vivid.
Mm-hmm.
Lucid in where I actually said, why are you here? You've passed away.
Yeah.
And he said, well, this is what happens after you go. You have sort of one more day to spend with your loved ones.
Yeah.
And because of his Parkinson's disease, his nerve damage, he didn't smile quite often, but he had such a big smile on his face.
Oh, sweet.
In this dream.
Beautiful.
And it was, and then the dream kind of flashed into when we were children, my sisters and I, and we were all very happy.
Oh, beautiful.
It was a sense of comfort, I think, from both sides, for him and for myself.
Yeah, incredible. Why do you think our loved ones visit us, in a sense?
Well, I mean, grieving is a process, and it's different for everyone. And for me, it felt that he knew he needed to tell me. It was sort of a message of I'm okay, I'm happy, I'm in a safe place, and don't worry.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And that must give you an incredible sense of there's more to this life, like in
exactly. When you emerge, when you wake up from a dream like that, the spiritual impact is very strong.
Yeah.
You question what is it out there?
Yeah.
What is this afterlife?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful.
What are these messages?
Yeah, I had it's funny when you meet someone in the dream state. I think we talked about this in my last episode with Pearson, was you meet your ones that pass on, and sometimes you're aware of the moment like you were, and you were super aware that you're meeting him from the other side, and then other times you meet them and you don't have that recollection. You're maybe at your house where you grew up, and you wake up and you go, oh, I just was with my mom or dad.
Yeah, and it's almost, you don't see them, but you feel them.
Yeah.
You feel their presence, and you wake up feeling that love and that warmth, but you think, oh, what does it all mean? What was that message being sent?
Yeah. I remember my one of my first uncles to die pretty suddenly of a heart attack in the 70s. He came into a dream of mine, and I said, "Wow, you don't look dead." Mm-hmm. He looked at me like, "What? What is that?"
And that's the reality of like knowing that you're in that dream and knowing that they've passed on, but they're there. You question, why are you here right now?
Yeah. Did you get it? Did you get an answer? Or
So
the
first dream, and he said, well, in that I had, where he said, this is what happens, this is why I'm here. And then over the years, he kept coming to me, and a lot of times it was in a time in my life where I needed sort of guidance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was in a bad relationship, or I wasn't happy, maybe, you know, drinking too much, or it was almost like he was scolding me, or saying, get out of this situation.
Yeah.
I'm here to guide you in that way.
And these dreams carried on for quite a while.
They carried on for quite a while, and
That's
then
beautiful.
I actually,
it's really guiding you.
One of the last dreams I had, which was years ago now, he came and he was crying, like bawling.
Wow.
And I started crying, and then I noticed both my grandfathers who had passed on were there, standing behind him.
Amazing.
And he was saying, Steph, you have to let me go.
Oh, wow.
Almost like I can't keep coming to you and giving you this guidance.
Oh, beautiful.
It's time to put this at peace.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That was hard, I imagine.
It was. I woke up very upset, but also knowing that he needed the peace as much as I did.
Yeah, what a beautiful, clear message.
Well, I remember in your first podcast that I listened to, you were talking or questioning, are they coming to us or are we going to them?
Yeah, Pearson mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Which
true.
I thought was quite interesting, because I had never thought of it that way.
And it's true where the spirit needs to move on, because it gets pulled back by loved ones. I've heard a lot of stories of when the person is passing, when they leave their room they finally get a chance to depart, you know, in the hospital and what have you, because the family just can't let go, and sometimes some family member will say we have to let them go, because it's just
like, it's okay and you can pass on now.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
What a gift. What a nice memory for the month of October, where we celebrate the Day of the Dead too, or November 1st, I think.
Is that the
All
day?
Saints Day, I think.
Oh, okay.
And the Mexicans really love that. All of the
They
Day
do,
of
with
the
the
Dead.
masks and the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you find with the Day of the Dead? Do you celebrate that?
I don't know. I've actually never.
It's kind of like
thought
a
of
day
it.
of remembering all our passed on loved ones.
Yeah.
You're certainly doing that today.
No, it feels nice.
Yeah.
This is the best way to spend, sort of, you know, some people call it the Angelversary.
Yeah.
Angelversary.
Lovely.
The day of a loved one's passing.
Oh, that's sweet.
When they become the angel looking over you in life. Right?
That's beautiful. And such an honor for you to let me interview on this day.
It's an honor for me.
Yeah. 2007, you said?
2007, yeah. So 16 years, and you know, people say, oh, with time, you know, it gets easier, or they may. I find that it's never been easier, even 16 years later. It's so vivid, this day 16 years ago in my mind.
Wow.
And I can honestly say there hasn't been a day in all these 16 years where I haven't thought about him.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. He was very close to you.
Very lucky, though, to have those, even in those, you know, I was 21 at the time, so even in those 21, to have him for those 21 years.
Yeah. And you had some time to prepare, because his illness was...
Well, he was given time, but I mean, 5 to 7 years. He actually died 5 months later.
Oh, wow.
But it's a blessing, because he was suffering.
Yeah. It's a really...
You don't want to see your loved one suffer.
Yeah. Terrible. What else fascinates you about dreams?
Dreaming is such a wonderful place for me. I love to remember my dreams, but it's not often that you do when you first wake up.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
those
true.
visitation dreams, those stick. That's the first thing you think of.
Yeah.
But
Very powerful.
it's interesting for me when you have a dream and later that day, someone will say something, or you'll see a family, or you'll see an event or an interaction, and it'll bring you back to that dream that you didn't remember when you first woke up that morning, right?
Yeah. I had some interesting dreams last night. There's a great little exercise. I forget if I mentioned it last time, where you, if you wake up with a partner, or you have a partner you sleep beside, you tell each other your dreams, the dream upon awakening. Mm-hmm. So the other person listens to it, and then later in the day, that other person recounts the dream you told them, and by doing that, you go, no, that's not what it was about, because it triggers your memory. And sometimes when you listen to someone else's experience, it's more embedded, and yet also it helps their
point of view of your
dream. It's also their point of view recounting it, right? And then it triggers your memory to correct it, which is kind of cool. It's a good little exercise to
and I've heard
dreams.
I've read that it can also it's good to wake up and write your dreams down.
Yeah, I've done that.
Have a dream journal.
Yeah, I've done that a lot. Years I wrote lots of dream journals, and they made absolutely no sense. But it was a good exercise.
Dreams don't often make sense.
And the other great exercise, if you want to recount your dreams, is to recount your day in reverse.
Okay.
So you lie down at the end of the day. It's kind of like counting sheep, but it's a lot more interesting. And you recount, like, I was just up brushing my teeth. Before that, I was reading. Before that, I was in the kitchen. Before that. And you just go back and back and back and back all through the day, as much as you can remember.
To the moment you awake.
Yeah, so if you can get that far. And while you're doing that, you'll stop at each little moment which had significance. And that's clearing the engrams of the mind and the memory.
Okay.
So that you don't have to have those little weird dreams of completion. Where, you'll have these little dreams about yesterday where, I had that experience yesterday and I dreamt about it. But by doing that, you're kind of clearing that out. So it kind of clears the tablet of the mind for a better dream state.
Okay.
And what's cool about it is when you wake up, you will remember your dreams in reverse. If you really practice that discipline, you will begin to really have good recall.
That's very interesting.
Because just when you look back on yesterday and you try to remember what happened and how detailed you can get. And that's another thing about encouraging lucid dreaming, is to look about yourself, look about where you are in the daytime and notice the texture of, the leaves here on the ground and everything in detail. Really get into details.
Sort of alive.
And you'll carry that into your dream state.
Your dreams. And have you experienced those dreams where you wake up and you're either angry or sad or happy, but you don't know why, and it kind of follows you into your day?
Yeah, that's
so that would be a good, Oh no, but that would be a good practice to know why you have that feeling.
Yeah, it's good to dig into it.
To dig into that emotion and know why you woke up with such.
Yeah, that's the whole
emotion.
That's the whole
strong emotion.
That's the whole purpose of the censor in our mind, or whatever the different levels of the mind, is that it blocks out anything that could be detrimental to the individual. But at the same time, you miss a lot of important information. But if it didn't block it out, you'd wake up highly depressed. And those are the times you do wake up like kind of funky, that 3 a.m. wake up or 4 a.m. wake up.
And not knowing why you're feeling so.
What
did I dream about that put me in this state?
Or you interpret everything you did the day before and you think, that's where I screwed up. That's why I'm feeling.
I've read before, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, because I haven't. They say you can't smell in a dream.
Yeah, I haven't either, no.
No. That's one sense.
You can taste, see, feel.
But you can't smell.
Hear with sound or hear with color. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Which is interesting.
It's fascinating. It's like the tip of the iceberg. We get a tiny little bit.
It is the tip of the iceberg.
We get a tiny little bit But
a
there's
very
so much else
welcoming
going
tip
on.
in my life.
Yeah.
Yes. I find the more you kind of engage in those feelings of letting those spirits in.
Yeah.
You have to welcome them.
Yeah, totally.
My sisters, I would call them after a really vivid dream of my father, lucid dream with my father, and say, "Oh, Dad came to me. He said this," and then they had never dreamt of him.
Wow,
they said he never once came to them in their dreams, and I felt it was his
sweet
way of knowing that I needed him.
Yeah, he knew
there.
you needed him, and he came to you.
And he came to me.
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for sharing today, Steph.
Yeah, thank you. I
really lovely.
It was lovely meeting you. And
yeah, glad
I wouldn't have wanted to spend this half an hour in any other way.
Okay, that's great. Thanks so much. Do you have anything you want to plug? We do a little advertising for different. Pearson did his music. I don't know.
Oh.
Do you have any?
Come visit at Mannequin Bar,
Where's that?
Ossington and Dundas.
Oh,
202
yeah, it's a great
Ossington.
area. I love that area.
Best fish and chips, pies.
What's it called?
It's an English pub. Man of Kent.
Man of Kent.
Yes.
Pub on Ossington and Dundas. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, dear.
Thank you, Michael.
We'll talk soon. Okay. All the best. Thanks for joining us today. We have been talking with Stefi Crawford and discussing dreams of our loved ones. This has been a Tip of the Iceberg podcast, an international podcast focusing on the value of dreams based on the documentary series In Your Dreams. Special thank you today to Pearson Ross for his intro music, Dream. Pearson can be reached at pearson.bandcamp.com, peirson.bandcamp.com. This has been a Waking Dream Productions produced podcast. Copyright 2023. Thanks for joining us, and have a great life and dream on. Thank you.